I'm George Akel and welcome back to the GOVERNHR YouTube channel. Last session highlighted the activity risk examples for the hiring process. Today we're going to go through two of the aspects of the hiring process, the risk examples and the controls that we need to mitigate the risks. We're looking at hiring staff that do not meet the organisation standards and hiring staff at the wrong pay or hierarchical level. As you can see from the sheet in front of you now, we're focusing on having an integrated end-to-end background screening to mitigate the risk of hiring the staff that don't meet the organisation's standards. Now, the emphasis here is on integrated. This process needs to be all-encompassing. You need to work hand in hand with your screening vendor. You can't set and forget. You can't set a screening vendor, tick a box, say we've got one and move on. It needs to be part of the overall process, and you need to own that relationship and you need to own the direction that it moves in. Now, before you start off with a screening vendor, you need to decide on exactly what you're looking for. You need to make that clear to the vendor, and they need to come back to you and tell you what they can do, what's achievable, what's not achievable, what their limitations are. From there, you decide to move on to go to another vendor, or you decide to have a compromise, or it all fits well and you move on happily ever after. Moving on from that, you need key performance indicators that you measure on a regular basis, and you have meetings on a regular basis with your screening vendor to determine whether or not they're hitting those targets. Now, the other aspect of that is having internal escalation processes in your organization. So you get a screening report that's red, amber or green generally, or you get a report saying that there's insufficient information and we need to prod the hire, or we need to call on the line manager, the hiring manager, to extract more information, etc. Either way, you need to have a process internally by which this information flows seamlessly across your organizational chart and your organizational hierarchy to determine who is responsible for approving, disapproving, vetoing, requesting more information, etc. There's no point in getting a report that says it's amber and having it filed away and the employee joins and nobody ever knows who made the decision to bring the employee on, amber or red or green or otherwise. This needs to be documented, it needs to be clear, and also you need to have good file notes throughout the process to identify who it was and why it was that approvals went through and the hire proceeded. Absolutely important. Now, you won't get many amber or red, but you may get some, and it's absolutely imperative to have that covered and have a process internally to know who's responsible, who has the authority to sign off on it, etc. Because you can bet your bottom dollar that one day something will come of an employee who has an amber or red flag and has been onboarded into your organization, and people want to look back and see who approved the screening, and it all ends in tears unless it's properly documented. The second was hiring staff at the wrong pay or hierarchical level. Now, it's important that we understand where the hire is going to fit, what the pay point is within your organization, and whether or not the market outside has moved up or down or otherwise, right? So we need to determine that, and we need to ensure that we don't inflate the cost within our organization. We need to make sure we don't inflate our hierarchy either. We don't want to have an inverted pyramid shape where you have many managers and not enough people at the next levels down. So that's very important. Need to work with the line manager, need to work with the business partner, need to work with the recruiter, and need to work with the compensation folks to have a predetermined range at which you want to pay at, and a clear hierarchical level that you want to slot this individual in. Absolutely important. Now, at GOVERNHR, we can help you to review your existing screening vendor. We can help you in conducting an RFP to appoint a screening vendor. We can have a health check to look at your existing screening process. or your compensation review process. So please click the like below if you like this video. Let us have your feedback, let us have your comments, subscribe to the video so you can be able to get these videos as they come through, and please do check out our website. Thank you very much and have a good day.